You've rage quit over these, but which one actually ruins battles the fastest? Diving into the most hated moves and abilities in Pokemon. Self-destruct, the guaranteed self-KO button. What do you call a move that deals huge damage and then fires your own Pokemon from the team? A rage quit button pretending to be a strategy. It hits like a truck, then sends your user to the Shadow Realm on purpose. It feels like a nuke, but the invoice lands the same turn. You cash damage for board position, and the bank wants the whole Pokemon back. At best, you trade 1 for 1, but if they hit Protect, pivot to a Ghost, or shrug it off with a Resist, you just donated a KO. It's like paying for express shipping on an empty box. Historically, it's been a high-powered blast, 130 base power early on, then 200 inches later gens, but not the absolute top of the charts. Doubles teams used explosions to clear space and swing tempo, but the counters piled up. Protect on half the field, Ghosts blanking it, Intimidate shaving damage. It wins you a turn, not a match. More emergency exit than plan with Firework, and when the escape route gets locked, things get ugly fast. Arena Trap, the ability that deletes switching. What happens when the core rule switching gets turned off? The game stops being chess and starts being a hostage scene. Arena Trap locks grounded foes in place. No pivoting to a resist, no bluffing with a double switch, no clearing hazards and dipping out. The whole dance of in and out play collapses, and you feel it on turn 1. Walls get stranded, hazard removers get farmed, weather setters walk in once and never walk out. One bad lead becomes a checkmate you can't resign. Competitive play wrestled with this for years, because switching is fundamental. Fast trappers with just enough coverage turn small edges into a massive advantage, and the ripple hit team building hard. The trio with Focus Sash or Choice Band could erase key threats from stall breakers like Kyurem, Zeraora, Tyranitar, even Toxapex on sight. That broke the rules of healthy counterplay. When switching dies, creativity dies with it. Bans targeted the ability itself because the metagame couldn't breathe, and if you can't pivot, you start eating chip, one turn at a time. Toxic Plus, Protect, the stall combo that makes you age in real time. Ever watch a health bar melt slower than a loading screen? That's Toxic plus Protect. Bad Poison ramps each turn like a parking ticket that doubles. Then Protect shuts the door every other turn so your hit whiffs, they stall, and you stare at a timer. It's legal time theft and it works. You chase a moving target while they scout your move, heal a bit, then reset the loop. Turns, pass. Your will evaporates. You click harder, they click safer. Poison climbs. Bulky waters love it. Steals laugh off, toxic or carry items to block it. Then run the same loop back at you. Pressure turns the screw by draining your PP faster, while Protect peeks at your choice-locked move and punishes the next turn. It's not flashy, but it flips momentum by forcing you to overextend. After a grind like that, an escape option sounds great even if it barely changes anything. Run Away, the participation trophy of uselessness. An ability that guarantees escape from battles you almost always escape anyway. Run Away only works in wild fights, not against trainers. It's a quality of life perk dressed up like a combat skill, like finding a VIP pass to the grocery self-checkout. Nice, but not game-changing. Most routes don't need it. If you outspeed, you flee. If you don't, items already cover you. Repels erase encounters. Smoke Ball lets any holder exit clean. You had keys to the door before Runaway handed you a spare. There are small wins. Early game grinding with a slow team, it saves time and keeps your low levels from getting stuck. A cautious Nuzlocke run might like the safety net, then it vanishes the second you fight real opponents because it does nothing there. So yes, it works, it's just redundant. From redundancy to risk, next up is a move that asks you to bet the match on a roll. Hypnosis, the competitive coin flip. Would you bet a match on a 60% roll? Hypnosis would. It even sat at 70% back in Diamond and Pearl, which only made the swing feel worse. When it lands, you shut a target down and steal tempo. Miss, and you hand over a free hit, lose momentum, and maybe lose the caster on the spot. It's a swing gate disguised as a status move. Sleep shifts control from skill to dice. You either snowball with free turns or watch the other side set up for free. That's why it tilts people more than raw damage. Competitive scenes even use sleep claws to cap abuse, because modern sleep lasts 1 to 3 turns, and that variance can decide games by luck alone. Accuracy matters. Sleep Powder sits higher at 75%, and Spore is the gold standard at 100%. So Hypnosis feels like the scuffed copy at the pawn shop. You're not outplaying, you're gambling. And when luck hands over your plan, the next problem is an ability that hands your opponent theirs. Color Change, the Identity Crisis ability. An ability that changes your type to whatever just hurt you. Free scouting for your opponent. You get hit, You turn into that type, and now they pick their next move like a menu. They don't guess. They queue up the super effective follow-up while you lose control of your plan. You also lose steady stab. Your best moves shift from strong to neutral to weak as your type flips every turn. Defense planning? Gone. You hand them your next weakness in real time. Dual types even collapse into a single type, so you shed resistances while broadcasting the next target. Kecleon carried this for years, which made its toolkit feel worse than it looked. The kicker? Kecleon's own hidden ability is Protean, which changes type when you act. Those set the terms. Color change reacts after damage, so it's slow, readable, and easy to punish. Mini payoff. It gift wraps a follow-up KO. And if giving out free plans sounds bad, wait until you give out a free turn. Dig the 2-turn gift to your opponent. Turn 1, you vanish. Turn 2, you pray they didn't set up 3 buffs and a snack. Dig gives you an invulnerable turn, which sounds safe, but it hands the other side a planning phase. They swap to a flying type, click a boost, or press protect and blank your hit. Your payoff rarely beats the free turn you just sold. Ground immunities love this. Levitators and air balloon users wait out the swing, then answer with a clean hit while you climb out of the hole. You telegraph your move and they read it like a billboard. There are quirks. While you're underground, Earthquake and Magnitude hit for double damage, and even Fissure can tag you, which turns your tunnel into a trap. Power Herb makes it a 1-turn nuke once, but then you're stuck with a worse Earthquake clone. Single-turn ground moves win on damage, accuracy, and momentum. 2-turn flash, 0 control. And when the cost of a move is don't act for a turn, the status version of that is even worse. Sleep, the no play zone. The only status that says stop playing for multiple turns. In modern games, that's 1 to 3 turns where your moves are off, and wake up is luck. 1 turn is a speed bump. 3 turns is a crash. You stare at the menu and pass while the other side snowballs. You can prep with safety goggles, abilities that block powder or status, or a cleric to clear it later. But once you're asleep, you live on RNG. You count turns, you mash, nothing happens until the dice say so. Across gens, sleep rules shifted, which is why competitive formats use sleep clause to limit abuse only 1 foe asleep at a time, because full team naps decide games by luck, not play. Priority on sleep moves matters too. Fast sleepers steal turns before you act, and that tilt ripples into team design. It removes choice, then tempo, and speaking of lost tempo, here's the flashy way to waste 2 turns in the air. Dig's Airborne Disappointment. It looks cinematic. It plays like a scheduling error. 2 turns again. You vanish, they plan. On the return, they hit protect, swap into a rock or electric resist, or stack hazards while you pose in midair. Your big reveal lands into a shield, a counter, or a field that got worse for you. Single turn. Flying moves do the job cleaner. With Fly, you trigger the same prediction games you usually lose, and your damage race goes cold for a full turn. And you're not even safe up there. Gust and Twister can tag you for extra damage, Hurricane ignores the drama, Thunder can still connect, and Smackdown or Thousand Arrows pull you back to Earth. In campaigns, Fly hangs on as an HM legacy and travel tool, not a finisher. Competitive use is a niche at best. Power Herb can make it a one-time swing, then it's dead weight. Style points, 0 momentum. Which brings us to the style of playing slow on purpose and winning anyway. Being polite in a deathmatch. First, the ability. Stall, one of Sablei's original abilities, makes you move last in your priority bracket. That's almost always bad. You give up trades, you lose momentum, and the niche payoff is tiny. Maybe you guarantee full power on payback. It's a downgrade you feel every turn. Now the playstyle. Stall plays the long game. You heal, lay hazards, spread status, and trade pieces on your terms. It doesn't chase big KOs. It denies progress until the other side runs out of safe clicks. It looks backwards, but it controls tempo by saying no. No clean switches, no snowball, no free turns. Unaware walls ignore boosts. Spikes and stealth rock punish entries. Wish and protect loop recovery and scout. In late game, PP wins matter. They run out of attacks while your core still cycles. If you hate nickel and dime damage, wait till the healing barely pays for gas. Giga Drain, the underwhelming sustain option. Mega Drain sits at 40 base power. Giga Drain bumps to 75. Now it was 60 back in early gens. The heal sounds great. Both restore 50% of damage dealt, boosted to 65% with Big Root, but if the hit is small, the recovery is smaller. You swing, you get HP back, and the bar barely moves. You heal a sliver while they set up, switch to a resist, or smack you harder. In bad matchups, you still lose the trade, just slightly slower. It's like trying to refill a pool with a cup. There are moments where it works. Special grass types use it for coverage while offsetting life orb recoil. Big Root adds a bit more sip. Older kits without solid recovery used it to patch holes, but modern options outclass it on damage, tempo, and even PP Giga Drain caps at a lean 10 with PP ups. Pick it for coverage, not as your main heal plan. And when you finally chip something to red, the real headache shows up. Full Restore. The NPC's I refuse to lose button. You spend 5 turns breaking through. They spend 1 item deleting your work. Full Restore heals to full and wipe status in 1 click. Gym leaders and bosses fire it the second their HP hits red, so your setup turns into a do-over you didn't ask for. Your careful chip, your toxic line, your burn gone. You reopen the same wall with less PP and worse tempo, while their side looks brand new. It's like finding an undo button on their controller. In many games, the item AI triggers at low HP thresholds. You can bait it, nudge them into red to force the heal, then punish once the item is burned. It inflates boss difficulty without adding reads or counterplay. It just stretches the fight. The mini payoff is clear. It isn't smart, just stubborn. Learn to play around time wasters like this, and you'll spot which tools win and which only look cool. Let me know which move or ability tilts you the most. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for the deep cuts. Your takes help shape the next list.